You guys obviously haven't had a lot of success against Navy since joining the American. Does that give you guys a little motivation, or are you going there kind of with a chip on your shoulder?
Um, yeah, I would say a little bit of a chip. Obviously, I haven't had very much success, and a lot of that's due because they're a really tough football team. They're hard nosed and they're not going to be. So you got to go there. You got to start the game fast, jump up on them, and to continue pounding the whole game, or it's going to be a really really long game, really tough game. So we're excited for it, and we're ready to go. Go break the streak.
We talk a lot about how a defense handles taking on Navy, but for an offense, it's a lot different too. You're limited in possessions. Do you feel more pressure per possession when you're playing a team like Navy?
Well, you just know that you got to take advantage, of every opportunity you get. You can't let things slip. We let some things slip last year, and it didn't end up coming back and biting us. But we got to take advantage of every opportunity and just make the plays count when we have them.
With you guys being so up tempo and Navy being not, does that at all change? Because you don't want to change too much, but are you guys going to continue being that much up tempo, knowing that the possessions are so limited, or is it more? I don't know what the right word, more conservative in terms of getting the right play call in, not necessarily just going so fast to, how much does your tempo change because of the way their tempo is?
Um, I'd say it might change a little bit. I think it's really just depends on how the drive's going, where we are in the drive, and what kind of tempo plays that we have called or have schemed up for this week. So it'll just depend on that. And like I said, if we're running tempo and we're executing, then it's fine. It doesn't matter. So just got to make sure that we're executing those plays that are getting called and getting it done.
That was basically a long way of asking if their tempo changes your tempo, but you don't really feel like it should. And that's pretty much if you guys are executing well in the up tempo stuff, there's no reason to change in your opinion.
No, sir, because because like you're saying, if we do go tempo and go 3 and out or just get off the field quick, it makes it really tough for our defense because they're going to be out there for a while, just the way Navy's offense is. So if we're executing and getting the job done, then that's our game plan going in. So it should be fine.
You guys are obviously having a good season, being 3-0 in the American for the first time ever. How far do you guys think you've reached your peak, or how much more is there to grow?
I think there's still a lot to grow. We still haven't put a full 60-minute game together, especially as an offense. We got to come out, start fast, continue that streak going, throughout the first half, and then coming out second half and being even better and finishing the game out. So offensively, I think we still have a ways to go, and still haven't reached that peak yet. We're getting close. Still haven't reached it. Defensively, been playing great. Just got to keep playing great and giving us opportunities, to win the game.
Why do you think, as an offense, you guys have gotten off to some slow starts before coming back in the second half?
I think it's just little things. I think turnovers, just maybe me not necessarily trusting my eyes or just I would say the main thing is just turnovers, and then we just got to get into a rhythm. Me and my receivers, running backs, O-line, just get into a rhythm, settle down, and just start going to work, start pounding.
Zach, last year the final score was 45-17, but you guys were really in the fight early. In fact, ahead 3-0, and you completed what could have been the second longest touchdown pass in the history of TU football, 98 yards to Sam Crawford. I'm not going to ask you to comment on the call because he was ruled to be out of bounds. But what do you recall about the emotion that kind of went back and forth as a result of that?
Yeah, after we scored that touchdown, felt like we were rolling, had all the momentum, and then he got called back, and kind of just felt like it kind of deflated us a little bit. And I don't know if we maybe just let that affect us too much. And but anyways, we ended up. I don't think we ended up scoring on that drive, and then Navy kind of overtook the momentum and kind of dictated the rest of that game. So
So what's the lesson you learned from that then in terms of, just overcoming?
Yeah, you can't let momentum shifts, affect the way you play the rest of the game. I would say. I think it did last year, and this year going forward, and not only in this game but every game. Can't let it affect us. Whether it be too high or too low. Just got to keep persevering and keep pounding.
I'm curious from a not COVID perspective, but just the COVID era we're in. Is going on the road any easier now, knowing that there's not, sellout crowds or giant fan bases at all these road venues? Do you feel like it's not easier, but more doable to go on the road and win games because there's not so much of a home field advantage for the other team?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't really think about it. I just know that it is easier to maybe get calls or me communicate with the O-line and, the offense. I'm sure defensively as well. So I know that is a little easier. I know that goes into, home field advantage and crowd noise and stuff like that. So along that aspect, it probably is a little bit. Yes, sir.
You feel like the way you guys have traveled has been an easy transition? Because I know there's probably some changes from what you guys did traveling last year to the COVID way you're traveling this year. You guys feel like that's been helpful or easy to adjust to?
I felt it's been pretty easy to adjust to. Our staff has done a phenomenal job as far as taking care of us, making sure that we're within the safety protocols and doing everything right, wearing masks, stuff like that. And whenever we're not eating or drinking something or stuff like that, we always got to have our mask on, stuff like that. But it's been a pretty easy transition, and I feel like it's been it's been pretty easy. And like I said, the staff's just done a phenomenal job.
With the struggles you guys have had the last few seasons as a program, how, I guess, rewarding is it to get off to a start like this and have the season you're having right now?
Yeah, it feels really good for sure. It's a lot better than looking back and being 1-4 or 1-3 or 0-3 or something like that. Like we've been in the last couple of years. So it feels really good, but we're not necessarily worried about it. We just got to keep getting after it. Treat every week like it's the last week. Go out and just be 1-0 that week and go get the win.
If you look back, say last season, it's not that much different than this season. You guys had a couple of heartbreaking losses where you couldn't pull it out at the end. You've had a couple of thrilling wins here where you did pull it out in the end. I guess what kind of flipped there to allow you guys to pull out these close victories?
I think we just have a more mature team this year, and going with that, I think we figured out how to win. Last year, we did some things where we, could have won, could have pulled it out, but, we just didn't find a way to lose. But this year we just keep battling, keep battling 60 minutes, and we're just finding a way to win. And I think that's a big thing to do, for a team to do, is just figure out how to win and figure out how to get it done. And, so far we've been doing that this year. So just got to keep doing it.